Hi everyone. Today I wanted to show you a video on how I'm storing my Tulip Etimo hooks now. For years, if you've seen my previous videos, you've probably seen this pouch. It's a Vera Bradley pencil case pouch that I've had since about 2014, I guess. And all I've done all these years is stored all my crochet hooks in here. So these are my boy hooks and the plastic larger jumbo hooks. And then I had all of my crochet hooks in here. But what I noticed was that I pretty much use my hooks only in the fall and winter time. And about the first month, if I'd be scrounging around in here looking for a Tulip Etimo hook with an elastomer coating, they felt a little sticky to me. I don't know if that's happened to any of you. If it has, comment below. And what I think it is I think it's humidity. Just over time, humidity kind of builds up, and them all laying on top of each other, they kind of get this sticky feel. But after use, it goes away completely. I mean, once I open this pouch and I start using them again, I don't get that strange feeling. And it doesn't have a weird smell or anything like that. But I thought maybe to help resolve that problem, but also to make my life a little bit easier to find the sizes I'm looking for, I've seen these new little pouches on Amazon pop up over the past couple years, and they're like miniature pencil cases. They're actually much shorter than a pencil case. Let me get a ruler. Okay, so the width on this is about 5.5 inches wide. And then the height on this is just, I'm sorry, I know it's a clear ruler, is just about 7 inches. So as you can see, like this is a standard pencil case. This is actually quite a bit longer than the crochet hook case. So in some ways, by finding one of these in particular, made for crochet hooks, they're going to take a little bit less storage space than a standard pencil case. So that's why I went ahead and got this one. Now this one is nice. It has two zipper areas. The first zipper area contains the hooks. The second one is storage for other items. So I'm sure the first question is going to be about the zippers. Let's see how they do. They're both metal. This one flows pretty smooth. This last little corner, it's kind of like my suitcase. Just pull a little bit and it opens just fine. Other one. That one opens super smooth. All right, so let's go through this. Okay, so in here you'll see I have two different colors. So I'll explain that here in a moment. But this is housing all of my tulip crochet hooks. I have given a detailed explanation as to why there's two colors and what the sizing issues are with these. They do not have an issue. It's the pink are in Japanese sizing, the gray are US sizing, but you can use them together because certain ones of the pink sizes overlap with US sizing. I really love the color pink, so I really wanted pink crochet hooks. So I found out how this set can work. But another reason why I wanted to do this video is the manufacturer of the Tulip Etimo have made our life much easier by also providing this very handy little chart. Finally, all in one place in a very compact chart. On the left-hand side, you can see the Japanese sizing, and on this side, you can see the US sizing. They also give you a close comparison to see how close in sizes those hooks are if you decide you want to buy them or not. So my original set consisted of these 10. Some of the sizes, if you look at the number, they match exactly. I'm going to start from the biggest numbers because that's the easiest to follow. So a 10.5 on the handle of this hook right here, this pink hook, is a 6.5, just like the size K or 10.5 in US standard. They are the exact same size. here from 10.5, 10, 9, 8, but then we have a difference right here. So this is where some people get confused. They're like, my gauge is off, the pink hook, it says 7.5, this one says 7, this one says 7. Well, the Japanese 7.5 is 4.5 millimeters. The US size 7 is 4.5 millimeters. So you can see why there's a difference, because the Japanese 7 actually measures closer to the US G6 at 4 millimeters. So if you look at just the US number 6, it actually matches with a number 7. Japanese sizing doesn't even have the size F5 or 3.75 millimeters. And then all of these are different. So here you are at an E4. Well, that's a size 6 in Japanese, but you can see the millimeter sizing here. So you don't have to buy duplicates of all the US hooks. What I was able to do was I looked at what pink hooks I had and which ones matched exactly, and then I only filled in the gaps. So for example, the Japanese one has a 3. That measures 2.2 millimeters. I know, it's a microscopic difference, but I went ahead and got the Tulip Etimo B1 in gray, US sizing at the 2.25. The reason why I did that is it's just easier with patterns for me to measure gauge, especially if something is super specific. Amigurumi can be very, very tiny, and sometimes gauge doesn't matter, and other times I do want gauge to matter. So that's why I went ahead and filled in those sizes. So you'll see that here inside of my case. Here's the 3 at a 2.2, but then I also added the US hook, which is 2.25. Now, if this is all too confusing for you, no big deal. You can buy a set of just the gray hooks. So all of these that are gray with these gold shafts, these are US sizing. So you'll be able to buy these just as a set, and you don't have to worry about the conversion at all with the pink. I personally wanted the pink hooks, so that's why the little chart that comes in the back of the package of every single one of these hooks, if you buy them individually, is so handy. And I'm sure if you buy one of the gift sets, the fancier sets, they've included the chart too. They've been really good about trying to explain the sizing difference between Japan versus the US. This is a Japanese manufacturer. These hooks are made in Japan. So that's why the original sizing in pink is in the Japanese number system on the far left. And then they went ahead and added a US set in gray. So hopefully that helps keep that straight for you. So all I'm going to do is store my little chart back here. And in this video, I'm going to show you how I set up this little bag, and also how I did a little hack right here. If you buy this bag, you'll note that there's some very, very tiny little slots through here, up until this point right here. So I had to remove the seams from these two sections, and as you can tell, it caused absolutely no damage to my bag at all in order to fit these hooks. Now, one other point as to why I use these mainly for amigurumi. Let me show you something. My last video, when I first posted these, I did not have any Clover Amour hooks at that time. So now I feel like I can actually compare these and show them to you. So the Clover Amour is kind of like a triangle feel on this grip. So say right here, where your thumb is flat, and then where this finger goes, your index finger, it's more like a triangle. So there's this large hump back here that sticks out, and that is very ergonomic, and it is amazing on the hand. So my heavier crochet projects, larger crochet projects, I do love these Clover Amour hooks. However, with amigurumi, I like to have a little bit more control, and I feel like I can move a little bit faster with the Tulip Etimo because, as you can see again, flat for my thumb, but it's flat for my index finger back here as well. So I have more of a handle. It is ergonomic, but I can also move a little faster because this area is smaller. I feel like it just moves faster for me with those very small stitches. I love this for double crochet, treble crochet, what do you call, bobbles or puff stitches, things that I need to get a lot of loops on my hook. The what do we call this? The Clover Amour hooks, I use that for those types of projects. But for amigurumi, which is only single crochet and slip stitches that are just very quick, going in circles, I prefer this hook because of the narrower hold, but it's still an ergonomic hold. So that is the difference between these two sets if you've been kind of eyeing the tulip and wondering what they're like. All right, so I will add that video here so you can see how I added the hack and what all I decided to store in my pouch. So I'm going to take these foldable scissors. These are made by a company called Slip and Snip. They have two different types, or they used to have two different types. One is a very blunt edge like this one, and then they have others that have a very, very sharp edge. So very pointed tip. So this is another one that I have in a different color. They also sell this in rose gold. So if you really like the rose gold, they do have this scissor with these very pointy tips in a rose gold. So I'm going to try this. I know I should probably use a seam ripper, but I can't seem to find my seam ripper at the moment. So I'm going to try it very carefully with these scissors right here. I know two things that I want to be easy to grab at any given moment is one, my scissors, and two, my tape measure. So I'll show you what I'm going to do with all of those items in my other video. But those are the ones I want here. And I'm going to go ahead and put my chart in here as well, my reference chart. I don't feel like I need it that much because I can go by the millimeter measurements on my hooks, but it's secure and it's nice to know I have it. So to hold my stitches and things like that, I think this is the last thing to go in here. Yep. So I'll store these down here. I got these from Daiso, but since I'm putting them in this bag, I now feel like I don't need to do this. It actually makes it easier for me to grab them if I go ahead and let them be loose in this pocket down here. Because then I can just grab the one I need very easily, and that's it. And then again, I can put stitch markers in here if I want to use stitch markers. My favorite stitch markers to use are these Clover ones here. Since I have extras, maybe I'll just stick this whole baggie in here for right now. Okay, so I'm gonna, just for now, I'll put the whole package in here. I may dump them out individually later, but I think for now they'll fit in here just fine. Okay, so my yarn holders, my stitch markers, foldable set of scissors, tape measure, and then all of the Tulip Etimo hooks. And so I really love this layout, like a pencil case. I think it's going to be so much easier than trying to fumble through all of my hooks, trying to find those. And hopefully that also helps the issue with them sometimes getting sticky with humidity. Hopefully that helps solve that problem as well. So I wanted to give you one last reference before I wrapped up this video. This website right here is the PDF. If you prefer to have a printed copy of what your sizes are for the Tulip Etimo hooks, these can just be printed directly from the manufacturer's website PDF form. This is the original 10 hooks that I have. I don't have them in this case, but you can buy them individually or you can buy them in this gift case. But just make sure not to confuse them with this hook set that looks identical, but this is the steel hook case. These hook sizes are much, much smaller. They're made for like beading and lace, very, very fine crochet. If you're interested in only the US standard, then this is what's available here. I believe it is at Joann's and Michael's and Amazon. So all of this is only in the US sizing and it's in gray. The only difference is gold scissors or the silver scissors. Tulip does also make some ergonomic steel hooks. These are very, very small for beading and for lace. Again, only difference is gold scissors or silver scissors. And lastly, they have their limited edition. So this one is pink, but I think the one that I've seen more often in the States now is the red. It's a red handle with a red matte hook. Well, I hope you enjoyed these tulip hooks, this case. I'll make sure to link below. That's from Amazon. Half of these hooks I'm pretty sure I bought off of Amazon. The other half was from Blitsy and they don't exist anymore. I put all my notions in the back. I did find some tapestry needles that I was able to add, so that will make my life easier in weaving in those ends. Well, if you enjoy the Tulip Etimo hooks as much as I do, please give this video a thumbs up and I'll see you next time.